Amazon has already confirmed that future Fire TV sticks are moving to Vega OS, but now we're starting to see some very interesting signs that the final two Android-based Fire TV stick could be replaced as early as next month. So I'm talking about the Fire TV Stick 4K Plus as well as the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. And there's one particular thing happening with Amazon's pricing right now that could be a major clue. So if you've been thinking about buying one of these devices, you definitely need to know what's happening. And Amazon has already confirmed that all future Fire TV sticks will run Vega OS. And that's important because we're not debating whether Amazon is moving away from Android-based Fire OS on its streaming sticks anymore. The transition has already started. We've seen it with the Fire TV Stick 4K Select, and now we've seen it with the newer Fire TV Stick HD. And once Amazon replaces the remaining Android-based models, that's basically it. So two major holdouts right now are the Fire TV Stick 4K Plus and the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. Both those devices are running the familiar Android-based Fire TV OS, but potentially not for much longer. So of course, I'm reading a little bit from AFTV News. I'll leave the link to the article in the description where you can go ahead and check it out in its entirety. So why could September be the end? So Amazon typically announces new hardware around September, and historically, Fire TV devices have often been included in those announcements. Now, normally predicting which Fire TV stick is going to be replaced would be pretty easy. You just look at the older device, and now that's actually the third generation Fire TV Cube, which originally launched way back in 2022. So logically, you would expect the Cube to be next, but Amazon hasn't been following this pattern lately. Amazon seemed to be prioritizing moving its Fire TV stick lineup to Vega OS, and we saw newer and cheaper devices jump ahead in the replacement cycle, specifically as Amazon began introducing Vega. And now there's another clue suggesting 4K Plus and 4K Max could be next. So one clue is the pricing. So if you follow Amazon devices for any amount of time, you know that Amazon puts these things on sale constantly. You have Prime Day, you have Black Friday, you also have random weeks, random weekends, and sometimes it feels like Amazon devices spend more time discounted than they do at full price. So seeing a massive discount isn't necessarily evidence that a new model is coming, but according to AFTV News, again, sometimes the opposite can actually be a bigger clue. When Amazon is getting closer to replacing Fire TV devices, it may stop heavily discounting the model. And the reason is, if inventory is getting low and Amazon needs that inventory to last until replacement arrives, there's no reason to blow through the remaining stock with a huge sale, and that's exactly what appears to be happening right now. So at the time this information came out, essentially the entire Amazon lineup was discounted. As you can see here, we have the HD, we have the Select, we also have the HD stick, which is the newest one. Everything seems to be discounted except for the 4K Plus, which you can see here, still at $39, and the 4K Max, which is still at full price at $59. Both these devices, so if that's true, you can see that the 4K Max is at full price, and if we scroll up, 4K Plus is also at full price. So that could be an indication that they're preserving stock in preparation for the launch of the new device. So back again, according to AFTV News, there could be another explanation. So there could be a possibility that Amazon's current naming scheme has become unnecessary or maybe confusing, because right now we have the 4K Select, the 4K Plus, the 4K Max, and if you're an average consumer walking in a store, what exactly is the difference between the Select, between the Plus, and where does the Max fit into all that? So you basically have to research the entire lineup just to figure out which Fire TV stick you're supposed to buy. So it's possible that Amazon could use this transition to Vega OS to clean this lineup up a bit. So instead of 3 different 4K Fire TV sticks, Amazon could potentially move back towards a simpler 2-device lineup, something similar to the Fire TV Stick 4K and the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. And again, speculation right there, but simplifying the lineup while transitioning everything to Vega OS would make a lot of sense. So back to the original question, why should Android Fire TV users care about this transition. And if you've been a part of the channel watching the videos, you know that Vega OS is simply Fire OS with a different name. This represents a major platform change. Fire OS is built on Android. The Android foundation has been a huge part of what made the Fire TV device popular with enthusiasts over the years. Vega OS moves away from Android and gives Amazon significantly more control over the platform. And one of the biggest changes, of course, for power users is the loss of traditional Android APK sideloading. Even though the average person who opens Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, or Prime Videos might not care what operating system is underneath, for enthusiasts, for folks that are subscribed to the channel, this is a major change. The Fire TV Stick has been an Android-based streaming device for more than a decade, and that era may be weeks away from effectively ending. So here's a big question: should you go out and buy a Fire TV Stick? Fire TV Stick 4K Max or 4K Plus before they run out? And if you're specifically want Android-based Fire TV Stick, I wouldn't wait too long. I would go ahead and buy it. That doesn't mean that these devices are suddenly going to disappear the moment Amazon announces something new. So Amazon will probably continue selling the remaining inventory for some period of time, at least until they run out. But once production shifts completely towards Vega OS, you're dealing with a finite number of Android-based Fire TV Sticks remaining on the market. And we've seen this happen before with discontinued streaming devices. Initially, they were everywhere. Then inventory starts drying up, and eventually you're looking at third-party sellers asking ridiculous prices for old hardware. And if Android-based OSs is important to you, once this happens, you can slowly see support dwindling over the years. I think the bigger picture goes beyond Fire TV Sticks getting replaced. We're potentially watching the end of an era. For years, a Fire TV Stick has essentially been Amazon's version of Android streaming platform. Amazon customized it heavily, obviously, but underneath, Fire OS is still Android. That gave users a level of flexibility that helped make Fire TV devices incredibly popular. Now Amazon's moving in a different direction. Vega OS gives Amazon tighter control over hardware, software, applications, and the overall ecosystem. So whether that's ultimately better or worse for the average consumer remains to be seen. But for enthusiasts who value the flexibility of Android-based Fire TVs, this change is significant. So here's where we stand. Amazon has already confirmed the future Fire TV Stick will move towards Vega OS. The Fire TV Stick 4K Plus and the 4K Max are the final major Android-based Fire TV Stick holdouts. Amazon traditionally announces new hardware around September, and now we're seeing some unusual pricing behavior that could indicate Amazon is trying to stretch the remaining inventory until replacements arrive. So now I definitely want to hear from you. We've been talking about this for months, years now. A lot of folks already moved away from Fire TV Stick, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you care about Amazon phasing out Android-based, or have you already moved on, or are you comfortable enough to continue using Vega OS? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.